Welcome back. We're heading down to Chile. We got the GoPro Max 2, we got GimbalGod Academy, we got Mason's project to chat on. Let's recap the year. December, we started in Jackson doing an Avi class. Then we headed over to Mount Hood, had a really rad day with Mason Lemery and Jared Elliston. I mobbed out to Idaho to link up with Judd Henkes and the rest of the US team, and we made a video from that. That was a pretty good time. From there, we headed to Baker, which was one of my bucket lists that I'd never done, and just all around insane time. Sarge, the 686 team manager, held us up. I went to Valhalla with Brandon Davis. Pensiero was nice enough to let us in on New Year's Eve, which was an insane moment. We jetted over to Eagle Pass for New Year's. Brandon, Dustin Craven, and myself. Still to this day, one of the best snow conditions that I've ever rode, and highly recommend that spot. After Eagle Pass, Brandon and I mobbed over to meet with the Man Boys, and I got one of my favorite shots I've gotten in a long time of Sean Miskimen early in the morning on this kind of 3-axis gimbal that I've been working on. Had a great day in Whistler with Mason Michonne and ripping around with the whole Man Boys crew. Then we headed to Locks. I linked up with Seb Toots, which was super rad to get to ride with him again. It's been a long time. I also linked up with Mace from Battalion. We did a little stint out at X Games and got the blood pumping again. Then we headed to Alaska for what was one of the most sporadic impromptu trips that kind of really shaped the rest of my season. That trip is in the White Raven, which was the last YouTube video we posted on here. Give it a watch if you haven't. After Alaska, I went and had a week with Axel. We were planning on filming a video. Unfortunately, he kind of got bodied, went down, and that was kind of right as we started filming. It was super gnarly, and I'm so stoked that he was all good. The end of February, we went to Baldface with the Maui crew. I like to call it my halftime break, and insane week with the boys, and so cool to get their perspectives on snowboarding and surfing. And from Baldface, I drove up to Alaska, which took 4 days. We organized a bunch of gear. Mason Lemery, John Jackson came in, and we ended up camping the glacier about 100 miles from Anchorage, 13 days in a snow camp. Came out of that, left all of my stuff in a storage unit, and then pinned it to Mammoth to link up with Judd Henkes, and we filmed his Warren Miller piece that's going to be coming out this fall. Went straight to Europe with the Battalion team. It was a really cool week where it felt like the old Oakley weekdays. Pretty small crew, lapping Absolute Park. There'll be a video coming out in a couple weeks just on that. Then we headed to Jackson Hole to film for Monster Energy Siberian Express. Marcus Skin ended up putting that one together and was the director on it. One of my favorite edits that the Monster Crew's done. Insane intro, insane riding, great music. After the Jackson shoot, we went back to finish Judd's Warren Miller piece in Mammoth, got that done, and after that, I kind of called it a wrap. And that leaves us to where we are today, and we're heading down to Chile. It's been a year since I scored, arguably to this day, the clip of my life. I've worked in a lot of different situations where we've tried to follow cam a line like this, whether it's snow conditions, the rider, Avi conditions, whatever. It hasn't worked out like it did last year. So we're heading back down. We're going to be finishing Mason's project, hoping to find some POW. Wanted to run you through just like a quick gear check. I'm going to be bringing down the red kit. That's my A cam. We're going to have the Leica Q2 for photos. We're going to have the GoPro Max 2, bringing a drone along just in case that we want to get some aerials. And we're really going to play it by ear and see where the snow is. We're linking up with Guillermo Sat. who's been helping us set everything up down there. Hopefully by the end of the month, we'll have gotten our hands dirty with the Max 2. That's my plan. We're releasing a new module for the GimbalGod Academy, and that's going to be covering the Max 2, the Hero 13 lenses, which I've gotten to use quite a bit this summer, macro, anamorphic, ND filters, ultra wide. Working on a whole new color pack that will also be dropping in addition to what's available. For the rest of the year, I'm gonna try and stay as consistent as I can on here. Appreciate those of you that have subscribed and comments and followed along and sent messages. This year, I've had a lot of highs and lows, and a few of you guys' messages have really turned my days around and made me realize why I'm doing this in the first place. So this video was supposed to be made weeks ago, but I decided, you know what, it's Sunday. We're heading to Chile tomorrow. I told myself I was going to start posting. So that's kind of what this video is. I'm not sure what we're going to get ourselves into. Tuesday, I think we might be doing some truck laps at Valle Nevado, and then we're heading down to Male Mountain Lodge. So that's kind of our plan. Where that goes, I don't know. We'll try and have another video out next week with at least first steps on what's going down in Chile. Mostly the goal is just to find POW, have a good time, and see what comes of it. But thank you guys so much. If you guys are stoked on this channel, on these videos, please like, subscribe, comment. It helps out a lot, and I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, snowboarding. We'll see you down in Chile.